everybody, this is Red Alert Page Admin Wedge 2099, and today I have a review for a Masterpiece figure that I picked up over the holidays, and finally got in the mail a couple weeks ago, and that is MP Prowl. This is the KO version from tfdirect.com, so there are a couple minor QC issues on it, but nothing too serious or bad. That way he's the one I'm transforming on screen versus the other one that I picked up, and that being Bluestreak. So I got him from Toys R Us for a pretty nice price, $49. With it was less than that because of a return I had in credit. So I decided to pick him up. Had to track him down though. There was no store in my immediate area, so I had to travel like 20 miles to go get him. Yeah, it's a plastic addict right there. So back to Prowl here. This guy is wonderful. This mold is great. I love it to death. It is pretty awesome. Let's get some details of the car mode here, alt mode here. Now the some of the little details you can see here, like the fender flare not quite matching up with the body. I can give it a pass on that. It's forgivable. Other side, virtually the same thing, just opposite, where it doesn't match up with the front. Get refocus here, but it's really nice. I like the kind of smoked translucent plastic here on the windows, to where it doesn't, it's not as clear viewing what's inside of it. Very nice painted red light bar up on top with the hole on it. I have the repro labels for him and Bluestreak set aside, and I will be purchasing those in a few weeks to a month or so. See, there's him. Let's get a size comparison real quick between him and his brother, not brother, but mold brother, Bluestreak. They're both the same length. I put Bluestreak's top up. This review is showing them both off. I'm not going to do a separate review for him, but you'll see him together. Just kind of giving a look at both of them. I'm only going to transform on screen the Prowl, but they both are identical. There's no difference in them. They both roll really well. The Hasbro one rolls a little better than the KO Masterpiece. But he does roll nicely. Every now and then he kind of sticks, like on the little stage here. Something under the carriage here is just barely catching on this little lip of paper, stopping it from rolling back. Sometimes the wheels don't connect to the ground completely. One of the few issues that I have with this one, it's hard to really get a good look on this black, is up here in the front under the bonnet, where the arms peg into the underside of the hood. It likes to pop off really easily, and the arms don't. The arm tab, which is there, it just comes apart easily enough and likes to move around, so that causes some issues. Once you get it reorganized, look how nice that rolls. There is weapon storage for both of them in alt mode. The guns are identical except for the handles. White, obviously, for Prowl. Gray, obviously, for Bluestreak. Now you just take the pistol grip, push it forward. The little tab there will go right into the groove, right into that little crevice there, showing off the piece that allows you to peg it into the top of the car mode. And this is one of the few other little issues, is that it doesn't peg in very well. And when it does, see there, the handle likes to start to come loose. As the handle comes out of the casing, and it's just the way the light bar is. It's either not angled properly or something. So in order for it to go in at all, it's going to pop out with the handle like that. However, you do that with the Bluestreak gun. Like that snap. Put that in. Yeah, I did it, but... Oy, oy, oy. Okay. There we go. No, we don't. And the stuff that happens when the camera's on. Only when the camera's on. There we are. Oh, that didn't really focus very well. There we are. That's what he looks like. See, the barrel is pointing more parallel with the front. So that is these two in alt mode. There's not a lot of paint details. Very nice. See, on the official Hasbro, trying to get that focused in. In the official Hasbro, the Z, the Fair Lady Z, is very clear, very nice and concise. The one on the Takara version is just kind of a blah. You can hardly tell it's there. Not very clear. Alright, so now we're going to get down to transformation. Yeah, this is the fun part. I like to start out by untabbing and loosening up these parts here. Getting... Oh, and you can't see that. I apologize about that. There we go. These part, which will be the inside of the feet, get those loose. You can also pull the arms down out of the main body. Pull back on the legs a little bit, separate the doors from the back end. Disconnect that. See, on this one, these little side windows here like to pull it up so I'll make it easier on me. These little side windows, they like to kind of slip down in alt mode, so the door kind of prevents that, but sometimes it just gets a little bit too far. I'm going to separate the back end, but in doing so you want to be very careful because there is a very small tab right here. That tab can easily break off if you're not being careful trying to separate those two, and that would cause the back end to not really peg together very well. Next step, I like to just stick my thumbnail in between this little gap here and get the leg transformation started. So you just take it, pull out to the side, and the swivel hinge here, straight down, push that little flap out there, heel piece back, push that piece back into the foot, bring down the window, and here's something that I've noticed other people not really say. Right in here, the little ledge right there, you need to push that all the way down till it clicks, Then you push the window down underneath this tab, behind this tab, to really solidify that. It's just a small detail I haven't seen anyone else put into their video. Now we just want to, you go focus now. Bring the leg down because it's collapsed up on itself. There we go. That is one lower leg done. Rinse, repeat for the other leg. Quickly separate that. Accordion this one down. And again. Push till it slightly clicks. And that clicks. Accordion the leg down. Push the heel spur back. That's already automatically in place. Now we're gonna take him, stand him up real quick. Now we're gonna do the front. Take the arms, open them out. Pop the top and the top of the hood all out one at a time. Fold that in. Bring this piece out. And that allows you to swivel the head in. Now, see these two tabs right in here? On this KO version, when you push the head through, it goes beyond those tabs and makes a pretty nice, makes it look pretty nice right there, nice and flush. On the Bluestreak version, it doesn't do that, and I'll show that to you here in a little bit after I transform him. Next step is you want to take these pieces here, which these little side mirrors are very soft rubber, to allow you to touch them and move them around a little bit, but not break off. They're on a double hinge, there and in there. Swivel it around, put it in. Do the same for this side. And they both fit nicely into that gap there. And your next step is to almost knock it over. Swivel the arms up, back into place. Bring the chest down. And you want to push this back straight up. Almost straight up. There is there's a little spot right there, that long horizontal piece, a hole right there, where the tab here is going to peg into. And that is pretty gnarly. Right there, and two fingers up here, finger on the crotch, click. You know he's together. Swivel the arms around. And I like the hinges that these shoulders are on, because there's a ball joint right there. There's a nice swivel inside the shoulder. Gives you a nice big range of motion, almost like he's in a Michael Jackson video from the 80s. And the next step is just to twist him at the waist. I don't know why he wasn't twisted the other way. Last step, I'm going to leave these in for now, is to take these two tabs, put them into these two grooves right here where my fingers are. There we go. Click the wings in the upward position. Get his arms together. Put his hands straight out. And there you go. Just a lot of positioning of them. You have Prowl, Masterpiece Prowl, in robot mode. This again, they do a perfect job of representing the cartoon in these figures. And they just really knock it out of the park with these guys. I'm almost speechless. I can't. These guys just look that good. Very accurate. Now, because of the mold, he does have those rockets on him. Cartoon version Prowl did not have those. Go look up any animation cell. He did not have those at all. The toys did. My version did not come with the shoulder cannons, so unfortunately I can't show those off. One of the little issue that happened with with mine was that the hips going in and out like this were very loose. This is 2 coats of floor polish in these hips, and it has greatly helped it. But once it gets down to a certain point, bam. Other one. I mean, shake it like that, and it does take some force to get it down. But, I mean, I'm really happy with it. Like I said, the floor polish works great. I use like a generic floor polish because I couldn't find Pledge out on the market when I was looking, and that stuff works great. So let's take a moment to drop the gun on the floor. Now, take his pistol, his rifle actually, sorry, fold it back into for him. Now this one doesn't click loudly. It just like softly pegs like into place. Take the gun, open his hand, slot in his hand, tab on the gun. Simple, easy peasy, easy peasy. See that? Holds it just fine without even closing his hand around the gun. So, close up his fingers. Stiff fingers. It looks great. Let me take Bluestreaks, and this one will really give you a nice little loud click. If I have Bluestreak in alt mode, I'll have Prowl dual wielding both rifles. Yeah, he wants to be kind of badass. Give me just a moment. Be right back with Bluestreak for a size comparison. Alright, and here we now have his mold mate, Bluestreak. Getting the double hinge knees and whatnot work together. Could be kind of a cumbersome little hitch, but it works out well enough in the end. Put them both together. Take a look. That Prowl is leaning back a little too much. Readjust that light some. And besides, you know, some of the paint differences, they are identical. There we go. Well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say identical. The heads are different. One second. And with them being slightly different, like there's no gap here in the middle of his crest, like there is in Bluestreak's. That is about it on differences. I could bring them a little bit closer. Now, the Bluestreak face is a lot more silver, whereas the Prowl face is pretty grayish silver. Trying to get the focus in on him. I think it's doing a well enough job. Yeah, and there's more difference beside the eyes there on his helmet versus the narrower one by his eyes, by Prowl's eyes. Beyond that, they are very, very similar. Now, his loose hips don't affect his ability to stand at all. Articulation of the shoulder is great. Go way up. Double hinged. You can swivel the shoulder around. It's a little inconvenient because of the wings, but they can move out of the way. His head is on a, not on a ball joint, but on a swivel hinge and an up and down hinge. So you can get a relatively good looking up pose. Like, shoot up there. Looks good. Take the gun out of his hand. Oh, yeah. Give me 1 second here. I'll get one more size comparison. All right. The other comparison is with my masterpiece, Red Alert. So, you know, the two security guys, Security Chief Red Alert and Prowl. Now, quick note on my Red Alert, I bought the KP-10 hands, articulated hands. For some reason he's standing backwards. Yeah, the KP-10 hands, articulated hand for side swipe. Bought them at the same time I bought Prowl. They were, no, yeah, I'm sorry. They were in the unboxing video I did. They are nice. Fully articulated fingers. Ball joint at the base. Has a hinge at every knuckle. Ball joint to the base of the thumb. You can give a halfway decent thumbs up. You can give a decent thumbs up. Kind of long, but it's not too bad. Now one of the main reasons I got those was to see if it would hold his gun finally, because even the KO Alert had issues holding the guns like the Lambos did, and it does well enough. The fingers do more to grip it better now than the original stock ones did. It's not a perfect connection, but it's good enough. So move Mr. Me out of the way. Get back to the articulation on him. Hip skirts can move out of the way to allow for completely out splits. Almost fall backwards. Legs go decently forward, decently backward. Now the knee is kind of a tricky wicket because you have that, which is the dedicated knee, and back here, which is the transformation joint. So you can get some pretty wicked knee bends like that. But the dedicated knee only gets you about 90 degree. About 90, a little over 90 degree knee. I like the feet. The feet are very adjustable. Back and forth, up and down. So it gives you great articulation. Put that back like that. Take the gun out of his hand. So, sorry about this, folks. Trying not to fiddle too much of with them on screen. Oh, he's laying backwards. That's the one drawback to this figure, is getting him to pose is actually kind of difficult. You have so many different hinges and points where he can move, keeping them all in place. A little on the difficult side. And again, Bluestreak just to finish off the review. All in all, I would say these two are not a must-have, but if you can get them at a reasonable price, do it. You will not be you will not regret making this purchase. Either the $50 Hasbro Bluestreak. I mean, Prowl was a Hasbro at Toys R Us as well. I never saw it once in stores. Kind of annoyed me. Never saw Grimlock in the stores. The only masterpieces I ever saw in Toys R Us's were the Sunfire. And he sat there for a long time, and his box got messed up. Someone finally bought it. I hope they got a deal on it. So, in closing, I do recommend getting these guys. One or the other, both. Sorry, Smokescreen. I did not get that version of it. I think I'm going to stick at these two. Unless I see a sale or something like that, where there is a Smokescreen on a good sale price online somewhere, maybe I'll pick them up. But beyond that, thank you guys. Leave any comments here on the YouTube channel in the comments below. Post them on my Facebook page where I link this video to it. Either way, I appreciate the feedback. Really like it. Hope you all had a happy new year. Hope to see you all around sometime. Goodbye.